Beyond, my name is Colin Moriarty. I'm editor of IGN PlayStation. I'm here with the lovely, the beautiful Andrew
Colin.
Goldfarb. He's IGN's news editor. You might also recognize us from Podcast Beyond, the internet's #1 PlayStation podcast. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. It's a little redundant because I just said Beyond. And
I like to follow up.
Oh, okay.
I like to take my time, have my own. I don't want to, piggyback on your Beyond. I want to have my own company.
I appreciate that and respect that. So Goldfarb, yesterday we wrote a story about Vita sales in Japan, which were rather impressive. And if I can rewind just 1 week, last week we wrote a story too about how Vita sales had spiked following a price cut of the PlayStation Vita to 20,000 yen, which is about $215, and the price cut's only in Japan. Sales were over 60,000, which is about a 6 times increase over normal sales for a week in Japan. And I was shocked to see that this week Vita's sales were up again. Were even higher by only about 1,000. About 63,000 Vitas were sold in Japan. What do you make of that news?
I mean, it number one should tell Sony, please cut the price in the West. People, the Vita's cool. Like the Vita has a beautiful screen. It makes people want to play it when they see it. But I think the price and lack of games, of course, has been holding people back, or perceived lack of games, I should say. And I think the fact that sales increased this much, this quickly, as soon as they cut the price, shows Sony this is what's been missing.
Right.
I mean, this is what has been needing to happen.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that. Last week the numbers were 62,543 sold. This week 63,581. So we're looking at about 125,000 units or so sold, which would take in Japan under normal price range, or whatever, over the last few months to reach that goal.
Yeah, that's exponentially more than what they were selling. I mean, there were months where they were selling 12,000 units. The Vita was really struggling. So this is insane.
And there's a few important caveats I want to bring up. First of all, Nintendo 3DS is just still beating the living crap out of the Vita in Japan, except for the fact that this was the very first week that the Vita outsold the 3DS in Japan, including, I couldn't believe this when I went back and looked at the statistics, even when Vita launched, the week it launched in December of 2011, the 3DS outsold it. 367,000 to 324,000. So this is literally the first week that the Vita has outsold the 3DS, which is pretty significant. But the other important caveat are the games. And everyone always says games sell consoles and they sell handhelds too. This week, Soul Sacrifice from Keiji Inafune, the guy who made Mega Man, came out in Japan and sold about 115,000 units at retail. And Tales of Hearts R from the Tales RPG series also sold 55,000 units. Plus Senran Kagura Shinobi Versus is selling really well. It's over 100,000 in Japan now. And Phantasy Star Online 2, which I think we're going to get in the States, is selling well as well there as well. So do you think these sales can be sustained, or do you think we're going to see a significant nosedive once these games kind of run their course?
I mean, hopefully Persona 4 is a great example of a game that top charts for a while. I mean, it leveled off, but I mean, that was maintaining its spot, and hopefully these games can too. And I think there are a lot of promising Vita games coming. I mean, I don't know about the Japan market specifically, but I mean, you have Killzone, you have Tearaway, you have things that are coming that will hopefully allow the Vita to kind of ride this wave for a little while. I mean, I think it's interesting that both models are the same price also. So it's I think they're appealing to kind of a slightly wider range than they might have previously, because 3G or Wi-Fi customers are going to come in. I think it's interesting that they're ahead of 3DS for the first time. Do we know if this includes, is this all models of 3DS?
Yeah, all models of 3DS.
So it's XL also?
Yeah, and it's only about by 2,000. I mean, they basically just beat
Just
them.
edged it out.
It was 63 to 61,000, I think.
Wow. And that is really impressive. Sony, the Vita has struggled for so long that that's totally insane.
It's significant,
that would be amazing.
But games tell the tale, and we know that 3DS sells extraordinarily well when there are games. And the Vita needs games, and they need more games. Now, a lot of these games that are coming out or have been announced are really great in Japan, especially the role-playing games. We have Killzone and Tearaway, like you said, coming out in the West, but we need more games to entice, I think, Western gamers. But I think a price cut in the West must be imminent, right? Because the proof's in the pudding now. The price cut has worked in conjunction with games, and there are some Sony stores selling the Vita at a cheaper price right now, right?
Yeah. So some, it's select stores, it's not all of them, but some dropped it as low as $200 if you sign up for a 3G contract with it. And then other stores have it. I think the online store has the 3G Wi-Fi model down to $250 from $300.
Wow.
So yeah, they're starting. I mean, again, it's a process that needs to happen in the West, especially. I mean, in Japan, to answer your question from a minute ago, as far as if Sony can maintain this in Japan, Monster Hunter 4, I don't believe is out yet. I think Ultimate is out, but 4 is still coming, and that is a huge threat to the Vita. So it's as bigger 3DS games come, I mean, Animal Crossing is already out there, but it hasn't come to the West yet. So it's if Vita wants to gain momentum in the West, Luigi's Mansion, Animal Crossing, all these 3DS games are coming that could be a big threat to it. Dropping the price is the one way it can stay competitive.
Yeah, I don't think anyone, even at Sony, is delusional that the Vita will beat the 3DS in overall sales, but it can carve out its own little niche. The PSP carved out its considerable niche with 75 million units sold, so the Vita might be able to do something similar, but yeah, those 3DS games, Dragon Quest 7 just came out on 3DS, has already sold over 1 million units. Very excited, hope that comes out in the States. Love Dragon Quest 7. And like you said, Animal Crossing's already at almost 3 million, I think, so, and that's only in Japan, so these games are going to be huge. I think Nintendo's obviously going to win the handheld war, but it's cool to see Vita, which is a really awesome handheld that I really enjoy. It's doing better.
Exactly. It's kind of staying afloat, which is nice, especially because like it does have functionality with PS4. You know, you're hoping that more and more people get their hands on them. It incentivizes devs to incorporate Vita functionality into their PS4 games. So I think it's a good thing for the consumer all around.
Indeed, and that PS4 connectivity is what I'm most excited about as well. Goldfarb, thank you so much for joining me.
Happy to do it.
Be sure to tune in to Podcast Beyond every Tuesday on IGN.com, the world's biggest PlayStation podcast. And for all things PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, and of course PlayStation 4, you can keep it tuned to IGN.